So last week, it really was a profound practice working with diamond emanations. It's a very powerful model of change. And, I really felt it. And, some of you, reported also feeling the continued and sustained effects from last session. Um, Diamond emanations are typically worked with in the dimensions. However, as we usually do, we, sort of multi-layered the practice with magic and worked with diamond emanations magically within the space of us. So it was kind of a 2-for-1. Today, I'm really excited about. We are going to discuss the more fully magical equivalent of diamond emanations. In the magical realms, this practice would be called enchantments. So let's take our time today to explore the positive use of enchantments. So we're not all quite ready. So let's just take a moment to get centered and balanced and present, right? Still a few things to shake out. Breathe out of your system. So call in any and all parts of you into the present moment. Oh, yeah, we get so used to holding on, right? Just to make it through. So let's just acknowledge and validate that and let go of whatever we don't need to hold on to for this practice. In every practice, I really stress the importance of a very solid setup. So we're going to take our time again. Oof, oof, a little bit of letting go. Keep going. Great. That was a big one. We're going to take our time to do a nice solid setup, and then we're going to call in the Druid Masters to work with us today on enchantments. And we're going to take our time because things are still settling in and clearing. Oh, oof. So we're going to call in the assistance of Padma Sambhava to help ground, center, balance, and align our central axis and all of our inner spiritual planes. Gosh, the rate and speed and fluidity that some of you are really settling in is phenomenal. You're exhibiting a great deal of flexibility, which is what we work on every week, right? Ground, center, balance, and align our axis. Take your time. now we rotate over to Yeshishogol to ground, center, balance, and align our magnetic grids, our atlas, and life force. Take your time, grounding, centering, balancing, and aligning our atlas, magnetic grids, and life force. Next, you exhale. Just exhale what doesn't belong. Now we rotate over to the dove to preserve the individual integrity of our energy fields and balance between each other in a cohesive way. And let that settle in. For some, maybe it feels a little fuzzy or hazy. So feel into the integrity of the boundaries of your own field and how it sits in place within the group container with one another. Good. We now move over to the Bedouin to oversee the earth of us, right? Our elements, to adjust our physical body, balance, earth, water, air, and fire, metals, minerals, and ores. And relax and let that come into balance. Great. Really just gets more aligned every week. Be aware of your central vertical power current. Maybe your chin needs to come down. Maybe your solar plexus needs to relax. And just breathe up and down that central vertical power current or the Hara line. We're working towards a more prime alignment. And now we rotate over to the masters of the dark universe to align and purify our fields, synchronizing all of our systems in a way that supports a complete and totally cohesive reality. Give that a few moments. Just relax. It's a major, major shift here. Great. Oof. We're now calling the druids, and particularly one of the most senior druid masters. His name is Yawin. As we begin to make our way into the magical forest where they reside. Take it slow and easy. See, some of you want to run in as fast as you can. Take it nice and slow, nice and smooth as we enter the magical forest. Enchantments are not what people typically think they are. There's a big misconception. They're not spells. They were founded by some of the most elder druids to open up deeper aspects and layers of complexity to the harmonics in oneself. In fact, the mathematics of enchantments are very similar to diamond emanations, which is why we're doing this practice today. In principle, they are the same. The main difference is in the electromagnetics, the layering of diamond emanation. It layers over the dimensions and subdimensional planes. And in magic, it layers over time and space coordinates and domains of reality. So dropping in a little deeper now as we really immerse ourselves into the forest. As originally designed, an enchantment is a flexible harmonic formula that allows you to move inside your own or another's energy field to facilitate the unfolding of veiled aspects or emanations with a platform of energy, a boost of energy to their harmonic structure. You know, continue to take pauses and drop us deeper. You remember what it felt like last week to have diamond emanations in your field. You might describe the sensation as kind of opening layer by layer. With enchantments, it's a similar sensation, but instead of it feeling layered, the energy sort of crisscrosses while adding layers of complexity as it unfolds and moves a bit differently through time and space. Allow the energy, allow the harmonics to strengthen down your spine, all the way down to your sacrum. Things may continue to clear, but just relax and breathe and enjoy the unfoldment within you with higher order harmonics. And just making some micro adjustments as we deepen. The end goal in both practices is to unfold new positive emanations. It's just two different ways to go about it, two different models of change. This is what also happens when you enter an enchanted forest. An enchanted forest is naturally designed, magically designed with higher order harmonics, so that when one enters, their field interacts with the expanded harmonics of the forest, and one becomes moved or enchanted by it, unfolding deeper layers, which allows their experience not only of the forest, but also of themselves be more, be more magically enchanted, magically alive, and enhanced in a way. You become more of yourself. Dropping in a little deeper now, softly. Take note of how your own field interacts with these harmonics. There's a lot to learn about ourselves in a practice like this. It's a very powerful practice to use with children. Depending on where a child is born, how much magic they're exposed to. If a child's parents aren't well grounded or well differentiated, a child can lose their free will because they're not living their own lives. An enchantment can help them break free from this and assist them in coming back to remember who they truly are. It can resolve bad behavior, clear any negative genetic junk that they're carrying, and create resources so that the child can really blossom. And one can get very artful in using enchantments so that you can tailor the harmonics to accentuate and showcase more of the child's individual and natural born gifts so they can bring them more out into the world. And we'll see if we can drop in a little bit deeper now. Feel how it softens and expands the heart center, strengthens your ground of being, envelops you with a sense of well being and equanimity. And brings to light and reawakens aspects of yourself that would be otherwise hidden behind a veil. Take a few more moments quietly before we begin to integrate and consolidate. Notice your relationship to time and space now as we start to integrate and consolidate. Take your time, coming all the way back in. Right? The integration process brings the harmonics all the way down into our cellular structure, into our biophysiology, and it anchors all the way down into our life force. Many of you don't want to come down from this, so we'll give it a few more minutes before we start really dropping in. So I'll pause but not stop the integration process to give everyone a little more room to explore. All right, let's start making our way back. Allow yourselves to integrate and consolidate. Your fields are fully permeated with enchantment. The integration process is vital so that it stays with you. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, stretch out a little bit. Ah. Really let it drop in. Whew. Wow. Good job, everyone. That was a that was a really special practice. Everybody is beaming light from their eyes. I'm sure you could feel it. Are we there yet? Not quite. Grounding it in a little bit more. If everybody can just take a couple deep breaths. There we go. All right. How's everyone doing? Wild.